I think the recording has started. Welcome everyone. My name is Shehzad Khan. I'm the founder of IndoSales. Today we will be learning about email automations, and we have 6 guests with us, and each guest will do their own introduction followed by a live walkthrough of the platform. The house is full. We are sitting at 67 when we are starting this session. So without wasting further time, I'll just spin our first guest, Teja. Teja, over to you. 1 minute introduction, 19 minutes of walkthrough of the platform. What do you got?
Good morning, all. I know it's a Saturday morning. I know everybody are trying to get up, but for whoever people have got up with a lot of energy out in the morning, this is Teja here, right here in front of you. Been in sales for almost a decade. I'll just share you my screen to just give you a glimpse about myself first, so that makes you understand where I come from. So you can let me know if you're able to see my screen. Yeah. So currently I'm leading a outbound sales team, global team in Service Paro. It's a SaaS company which takes care of all of CX and EX initiatives. And I'm driving.
Are you sharing something?
I'm sharing a screen. Is it not visible?
I don't know. Not for me.
Not visible.
No, not yet.
Okay, just a moment. Let me check. How about now? Still not visible?
Okay. No, not yet.
That's interesting. I changed.
Now it is. Now it is. Over to you.
Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah. So as I said, I'm heading the sales, outbound sales, specifically outbound, and driving the international sales growth across the globe. And I come with 12 plus years of experience, and I lead a team of 10 members with a combination of SDRs and AEs, predominantly the SDRs. And prior to this, I was in 2 other different industries. Started myself with the manufacturing services, then went into IT services, and currently in Chennai. So that's my background to you guys. And straight now getting into the tool. So I'm going to talk about Lemlist. As the topic today is more about outreach tools, especially in the in the space of email automation. So Lemlist is one of the tools. I'm not trying to say that or promote Lemlist out here, but I was just trying, since I'm using it currently, I'm just going to talk about it. But I've used instantly. I've used other tools, whichever the other guests are going to talk, and everything has its own cons and pros, which will fit each other, depends on their org level and the scale they're talking about. So currently, if you see, this is Lemlist. It is it's a multi-channel tool. It has everything right from database, enrichment, signals, contacts, companies, campaign, the inbox, reports, deliverability, all your meeting recordings, and including the credits and settings, everything established under one particular tool. The essence of having this particular outreach tool is you can do multi-channel. And why we do multi-channel, you all know it, that especially the SDRs coming to the board, they should know what they're doing in their day-to-day activities, what time of the hour they should do the calls, and whom to do the calls. Or if I'm going to the email block, to whom should I write the email? Should it be a personalized email? Should it be an automated email? How do I do all this without getting distracted? I know what I'm doing straightforward. So you come to this platform, you go to the campaigns. Okay, so I'm going to talk about creation of campaigns, which gives a lot of clarity to SDRs onto what they have to do. So this is how the UI UX and the campaigns currently lively I'm running for my organization. So you go to this button here, which is the create campaign session. And as you see here, it gives you a lot of steps and conditions here, which help you kind of understand what do you want to start with. Okay. So let's say I'm going to name this campaign as, let's say, IndoSales trial. Okay. And I'm going to reach out to all your sales leaders. Example, I'm saying. So I would like to start. Reach out to all your sales leaders. Example, I'm saying. So first thing I'll do is I will put on an email. Okay. And I have the liberty to, decide when this email has to go once I add that particular lead or a prospect into this campaign. Whether I want to do it immediately or wait for 2 days, 3 days, set that condition out. So once I put that person in the campaign, it writes the first email. And then again, I'm going to add a step, which could be like visit the LinkedIn profile. Then the next step could be something like I would like to, write another email, but, and then I would perhaps want to do a call. Okay. So this way, the Lemlist will help you understand how do I sequence my entire thing. But today, particularly when you're talking about email sequences without this multi-channel, you can drive this entire steps only towards the email. Now, when you set your email, the most important thing in any tool or any outbound motion in scale, when you don't try to touch your main domain. Okay, that's the fundamental golden rule which we have to adhere to. Okay, so we have to create domains, and once the domains are created, this tool will give you the option of selecting what's your name. And let's say my name is Teja. I have 4 domains here, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not my main domain. I can decide which one I want to do and toggle it off, so that I know I'm not using my main domain. And it has 4 different domains. So the Lemlist tool will help you auto-rotate the emails within those domains to that particular lead. So let's say I put 10 prospects into this campaign. For the first prospects, it takes the first domain. The second prospect, it takes the second domain, and then it goes in a cycle. So why is this important for a tool like this or for us? In and day out, an SDR reaches out approximately 50 leads I'm expecting. So that's like 1,500 leads a month. So when you're burning out like that, it's always important to have good deliverability, which is the good infrastructure in your hand. So this tool helps you do that. Now, that being the primary use case of this automation, I'll talk about other things of how do you maintain the domain reputation, everything in this tool. Now, coming to the email, you can type whatever it is, let's say trial here and as a subject line. Okay. And once you do that, you can, let's say XYZ as one of the message. Now, all people have this question, okay, how do I personalize this email? I want to ensure that my first email is personalized, whereas my following emails can be semi-personalized. Okay. So what we have some option here is like automated and manual step. So when I say manual step here and leave this with XYZ, it takes to you the step. Then the second step is like automated. Let's say something to type across. And when you don't type a subject line again, whatever your previous thread is there, that takes the same subject line. So the threading happens automatically. But if you want a second email with a different subject line, this tool allows you to write it differently. But in case you don't write it, then it just goes back to the old thread itself. So this tool helps you allow that each mail can be a separate email without not being thread, or you can decide which one you have to break. I have the system of following 3 emails with one subject line and then break it with a new subject line with a different module to present across. So different use cases, different pain points. So this particular subject line can be edited accordingly. Now I spoke about this is manual step, this is automated step, right? So you might think, okay, I want to preview how it looks in the system. So there's a preview option which tells you this is how your mail is going to look in the system. And when you want to see in a mobile, it shows you this. The fundamental idea of this mobile and the Mu is, am I writing a mail which is as short? Most of us today live in this mobile world, and we know that nobody's going to the system when they're hustling and fussling, right? So you want to see if the mail is short, and without scrolling, is my mail able to see, people are able to understand my message. So that's the preview fundamental, and you can test this email by sending into your internal domain to see how this mail is coming across just before you launch the entire campaign. Now, let's say we have crafted the emails. I know what is it. It's an automated manual. I've seen the preview. Everything sounds good. Now, the next step you got to talk is, okay, I've done this. Now, how do I go and see my, this is the campaign creation time. Now, I do the LinkedIn next 1 hour. Then I do a cold call next 1 hour. After 3-4 hours, I go back to my email prospecting block time. Then okay, which mail should I write? Whom should I write? How do I write? Then you have something called as the, tasks. So what I told fundamentally is like when you go to your main homepage here, there's something called tasks. Okay, this will let you know as per, let's say today I'm talking about my tasks. So I have around 85 calls to do, 125 emails to write, 6 LinkedIn messages, WhatsApp, SMS, and manual activities to do. So this tool tells you, okay, today now it's an email time. So I'm going to my email task. So I have 129 emails to write. So whom should I write? Okay, this is due from November 5th. Or okay, let's say that's something which I've kept and stop. What is the latest one? So as per latest, this is due. So I have to write a mail to Casey. So I go to Casey. I just see what I have written in this particular email. This is a manual email maybe. So I have to decide what should I write here, or what do I want to write, or if it's already crafted, I just review clearly and then send, schedule, and mark done. So that's how I And this tool will help you understand where the LinkedIn is, whom am I writing, what campaign is it running at, so and what are the other location parameters, whichever you want, and various other things, so that you know every detail in just one single tab instead of moving multi-tab. Now you schedule and launch it, and then the activity takes from the behind domains. It's
Guys, is
schedule
it
and
my internet or Teja's?
No, Teja's internet is bad.
Teja, I think you can switch off your
it
camera.
goes as per
Yeah,
the time.
that's
Teja, I guess
Now
there's
that
little
being
bit of
said,
issue at your end. Yeah, yeah.
yep. So okay, now coming back to settings. Okay, how do I set this campaign after I decide which email, manual email, automated, 7 steps, 5 steps, whatever steps you want to do? You go to your settings and decide, how do you want to
sorry,
track the
sorry
email
to
open?
interrupt. We quite missed out on the task section because your internet was
Okay,
bad. Can you come back? I mean,
sure.
revisit that specific part?
Yeah. So you can go to your tasks and decide what your team tasks are pending. If you're a manager, you can see the team task. As a team, I have like 4,000 calls to be done, emails, LinkedIn, and various other activities are going. And as my own task, if I'm running my own campaigns, I can see what are the tasks which are currently going on, and I can go to this particular thing. Okay, now it's an email block time. I only write emails. I don't get distracted whom to call, what LinkedIn message I have to write. So I go to the email block time and I just say, I'm going to write an email to Casey. And this is a pre-described, it has some format issues, but I'm just doing for example. So I'm going to format this, write it properly, and decide, is this the mail I want to write to Casey? Yeah, and this is the subject line I want to go after. And I can also see the LinkedIn profile, the CRM connected, and all the activities previously I've done, what signals are available in this particular account for me to craft it or recraft it, what's the title, and various other activities of KC related things, what campaign and things like that. And if I got any reply, what date. So this particular screen here tells you the entire history of this particular prospect alone. So it helps you not to navigate from different tabs and worry about, okay, where is the LinkedIn, which campaign, where is my CRM, nothing, all under one tab. So you know what you're writing and why you're writing. So once this is done, you just schedule and mark it done. So what happens is it just goes and gets scheduled. And what do I mean by schedule? If you ask, it's like, as soon as you write a mail, it need not go today. You have some settings behind this called, schedules and launch, which will tell you which time zone I want to send, whether I'm reaching out to the Indian zone, New Zealand, USA, Africa. You got to decide which time zones you go to, Arizona or Canada, Central America, whatever time zones you want to go after across the globe. You can set that campaign timings, Monday to Friday, especially timings, and how many prospects a day should be reached out. The I spoke about domain rotation previously, right? So I have a system that in a domain per day, I try to send not more than 50 emails. Okay. The reason is I want the domain reputation to stand for a longer time. There you can go up to 100. That depends on how your deliverability, how your DMARC, DNS, and various other aspects are kept as per your domains. But I fundamentally recommend people to choose 4 or 5 domains, go up to 50. That's 250 mails a day. That's like 5,000 emails a month. I mean, at a scale of 5,000 a month is more than enough to reach out to your TAM. So we fundamentally decide based on the timings between each lead, so that the Gmails or the behind spam bots don't rate us as a spammer across the globe. So it will tell you the 75 leads per day is allowed, and each sending account 25 only I'm going to go about. So that's like from this campaign, 100 emails are sent and 25 per domain. So that's the understanding you ought to get from these two. So you know that you're not burning down your domains. And every CRM integration is happening. And you know that your senders are, these are the domains I have not used, these are the domains I've used. And if you currently see, the deliverability score, everything can be tracked here. This is 99, but I'm not currently using it. But if you see, this is the 99% of my deliverability has been good at it. So it's good to go. So this is how I track my campaigns creation, and domain rotation, settings of timings, how many prospects per day per domain should go. And then I launch it. Once I launch, let's say I've done for 500 samples or 1,000 samples across, you have a question like, how's the performance going on? Are my campaigns really doing good? So then what do we do is we have something called tracking of tools. I mean, what do you call? Show you some reports. Let me go to each of this campaign to see how it's taking some time. My bad with the internet, but yeah. Let's take this particular tool. So it tells you right now 248 leads in the campaign and 95% I've launched. You can see which one I've launched or not launched. This is the to launch, which means I have to enrich here. So this tool helps you enrich here through waterfall enrichment as well. But I fundamentally stick to my Apollos or Zoom Info, and then in the very worst case, I keep it here to kind of do a waterfall enrichment because there's a limitation of the credits availability in this tool. And then the ones which I've launched can be tracked that in this campaign out of 250, these are the people who have already launched. And this is the messaging you're writing to them. So this is the first message. So which goes like, I have given a connecting invite with this particular message, and this is completed, and you're waiting for them to accept. And the condition I've kept is wait until accepted, because in LinkedIn, I don't have a control that as soon as I send, it's delivered. It is like in LinkedIn, it is wait until accepted. It can take 1 week, 2 weeks, or even 1 year. I'm not sure about it. So once that person, whenever he accepts it, 2 days later, this message rolls out. And then 3 days later, this message rolls out. But if you decide, okay, this is a generalized campaign, Teja, but for this person, I want to make my second email really personalized rather than things. Again, you're allowed at lead level, not at the campaign level, at lead level to make edits, whatever your edits are with the following steps, and close that. This helps you, go personalized at 5th step, 8th step, or even all the steps if you want. Then you can see that if you currently see this has 248 campaigns and I have 46% invitation accepted, 42.9 replied rate. Of course, the sample size is small. Don't get this, not the daily life. Okay, don't get mesmerized by this. It's just a start of a campaign, but you have to have your fundamentals of when you're writing an email automation, try to have a 33% minimum threshold open rate, because anything lesser than that, that means your domain is in trouble or you're not reaching to the right email fundamentally. But if you're having an open rate above 50 and 70, then you're doing something very good. And email rate reply, you have it anywhere between 1 to 3%. That's a global rule. Lesser than 1%, that means your messaging has to improve. Greater than 3, that means you're doing something great phenomenally. Don't change anything. So this gives you what's happening at the entire level of the campaigns. And not just that, now you want to decide something is working in this, right? What's working? Why do I have 42% open rate? So you go step by step and decide which step is actually working. Okay, so there's an 80% open rate, and this is where I get 20% reply rate. Why? I mean, what message did I write here? So this is the message I wrote. So what happens is, as a SDR yourself or an AE or a manager, it helps you understand that, okay, this message for this particular industry or persona or the title is working good. So what is that? So you go into huddle and you say, okay, I see something like this message is working out. Why don't we try as a group to those particular personas? We have a good huddle as a team. So we evaluate, and this is open for everybody in my team. So there's no restrictions. So my team has weekly ones to see how others are performing. Why is that person getting a lot of replies? Can I take some jnana or knowledge from him and try to replicate that into my system as well? So this helps you at step level. What is the performance of my entire campaign? Now, I would just break a moment to understand, is there any doubts? I mean, I know questions can be taken at the last, but is the speed okay? Do I slow down? Any
No,
feedback?
I think that's great, Teja. Questions will not pick it up right now because then you won't be able to cover all the guests.
Perfect.
Anything left from your side?
Yeah, last 3 minutes I'll cover.
Yeah.
So one more thing this tool does it, guys, not just personalized writing, not just templated emails or prospect level. This gets connected to your Claude. So I have completely automated with personalization using Claude. So codes are written here rather than letters. So when you drop a CSV into your Claude, this Lemlist picks up triggers, pain hook, and the name, completely personalize it and send it to the Claude. So this Lemlist will give you that option as well. So if you see this is the first email from the Claude, This is a manual templated email with just industry and the contact I'm changing. So both the levels are high level with respect to complete automation, and then even semi-personalized or just writing names and things can be done using this system. So that's one thing which I wanted to share. And one more thing I wanted to do was, help you guys with creative reach out, guys. You asked me, right? So this is some of the creative reach out that helps you, where you can use thumbnail videos, images, so that you stand out in your email reach out as well with A/B testing, versions, subject lines, and various other aspects. So this also can be taken into the consideration when you do the entire thing. Now, last session of this, how do you see your reports? You have the entire report section in the left. Okay, here you go, the report section. You have the deliverability, you have meeting recordings, and this tool also tells you that this particular session campaign, you have crossed the 25 per day, so you have to wait for the next day for the another 25 to go to get unblocked. So in no way you're going to get spam. In no way your LinkedIn is going to get abandoned. In no way you're going to get into trouble. So everything can be controlled under one system for you. So as a manager, SDR, AE, your domain reputation, your reach out timings is everything valuable.
Right.
And you can also see the deliverability options here just for your reference and things like that. So it shows you what is your deliverability. So that's this tool all about. I think I have utilized my time properly and run through what Lemlist can be doing. Any doubts, you can reach out to me over LinkedIn, or you can reach out to Sajid, and we can connect down the lane. So that's it pretty much, guys. Thanks a lot for your time.
Teja, I think that was exactly, how you can switch on your camera now, at least let people see who you are. So first of all, thank you. That was exactly how I wanted the flow to be, and you did excellent job. The idea is that, people just get a knack of what the tool looks like, feels like, so that they can sign up and start using it. By the way, guys, I have saved you guys 5,000 rupees. People take exactly that much amount of time and knowledge to share for teaching any automation tool. So by the time we finish the session, I think 30,000 will be able to save you guys. Yeah, Teja, thank you so much, man. I love you, respect you, always coming forward for the community and helping folks out.
Sajid, sorry to interrupt. Like, there's one yes or no question, and one short answer.
All at last, Ganesh. Let's not unmute to between the events, please. Atul, you can go next.
Thank you, Shehzad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Teja. It was wonderful. I mean, Lemlist, now I'm a fan of it. Over last many years, I've used all the platform. They are showcasing it. There is no sponsoring as of for now. I'm not sponsoring Smartlead if I'm presenting that.
Hey, guys, everyone is from a different organization. No one. I could have reached out to founders of these companies or maybe AEs of these companies to come and present, but they would have ended up selling it. I wanted somebody who uses it on a daily basis. So no need of disclaimer, guys. Let's go.
Perfect. I mean, you guys will hate me for this because I would not sell Smartlead at all. I'm sure when they will see this video, they would be like, hey, man, you have been using us for quite some time and not telling us anything about Smartlead. I'm sure most of the people out here are SDRs and AE. So I just changed the way probably I would have presented. I wanted to present the entire Smartlead end to end. But rather than doing that, since people joining here would see Lemlist and instantly, I think Shehzad, you mentioned one on the Gmail plugin that we talked about. GMass, that's there in the market for a very long time. I mean, I have been a fan of that also, and that's for individual emails over Gmail. We will all talk about that. Everyone has the same or the other feature. Lemlist has this interesting feature of LinkedIn automation, and that is great. We loved about it. Smartlead does not have that, but they have mailboxes, automations, and email integrations. Okay, I'm Atul. I'm co-founder of Margin Sales. We do sales outreach in the US, India market. Ran over like 300 campaigns so far in the last 5 years. Doing great in terms of how client rate us. And we are here to talk about the automation on email. I would take this conversation a little further, not to talk about the automation, but to talk about the strategy, because that would make any automation different. I'll quickly present my screen here. Let me know when it comes up.
Yes, it is visible.
Perfect. All right. So, I mean, all that we know about email automation, I mean, or the GTM strategy, we will hear about that in the next 1.5 hours, which is left, or 2 hours of time. That is not why we are here. Email automation is a part of our life as a sales guy. What needed here is the brain behind it. I mean, anyone can execute. It's just the requirement that we have. So we have a LinkedIn automation requirement. We'll go for a tool that will have LinkedIn automation. We'll go for email automation for the tools that will have email automation. Similarly for calls. Every tool is evolving. And now with AI, they are evolving faster. So someone will have that feature now, may add more features in the future. Someone lacking those features now may add more in the future for sure. So it's more about strategy, what we decide on. Generally, the campaigns that we send, we have used Lemlist, we have used Instantly, we have used Smartlead. I personally used GMass long back, like 9 years back, right? And it had worked charm. We need to amplify on the reply when we talk about email automation. We do not want to kind of amplify something which is not performing. Quickly moving on to the next slide here. I think I should be presenting that from a different screen. Give me a minute, guys.
By the time Atul, reconnects the screen, give me a thumbs up if you're not using any kind of automation in your organization or in your day-to-day life. Give me a thumbs up. Not using anything. No automation right now. Quite a lot of you guys. Perfect. And probably this session will help you out to go and try some kind of tool. You should be using tools now. If you really want to reach people out at scale. Unless you're selling to super enterprise or enterprise.
Hey, Shahzad, my screen is completely frozen. I think I'm not able to move this. There is another screen that I'm working on. If you can add that as please.
You can stop sharing the screen and represent that.
Yeah.
I'll remove the screen from the call then.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we will talk about this later, Veer. I shouldn't have said anything. What I meant by that is enterprise, super enterprise, you are not supposed to book 30, 40, 20, 18 meetings a month. Probably you will book 6 or 8. And you will have to be very super personalized. Who doesn't want to sell to Fortune 500? Or let's just say, top 1,000 companies in the world. Atul, if it's taking time, we can move on to the next guest.
Or else can someone present?
Yeah, it's a little longer. I'm so sorry, man. This is completely stuck.
No problem. So I'll move on to the next guest and then you can be the third one then, yeah?
Perfect. Sorry, guys.
No worries. Akhil, if you're there, since we were talking about GMass.
Yeah.
There is Akhil. Yep, perfect.
All right. You can hear me, right? You can hear me and see me, I believe.
Yes. Let's
go. Okay. All right. So a lot of sophisticated tools out there. So I'm going to present a very simple, easy to use, which is GMass, which is basically something that solopreneurs or lean teams can use. So first of all, I'll give you an introduction about GMass for the uninitiated. Then we'll get into prepping the data, sending a live campaign, and maybe tracking the reports. So first of all, I am Akhil. I work as a salesperson for a company called Rexham AI. We are a workforce management platform for security agencies and facility services. So if you are not happy with the services that your security agency is providing in your apartment or office, you can just let us know and we can connect with them and solve it. So today we're going to talk about, or I'm going to talk about GMass, which is a email automation or cold email and a mail merge platform that works only inside Gmail. So this doesn't work, within a Zoho Mail or other email domain providers out there. And it is typically used by lean teams and solopreneurs because first, it is cost effective. And this is not really designed for large enterprise or large deals, at least from my point of view. So why we selected GMass is because we wanted a very simple, easy to use platform that is at the same point, we were a little cost efficient with it. So that's the main thing, and we were using Google Workspace, so we don't need to juggle between multiple tools for it. And basically, the ease to use was the main thing that attracted us to this platform. Currently, we are booking around 33% or 40% of our demos through cold emails that is run through GMass. So roughly around 1 out of 3 demos we are booking through GMass. So if I talk about the advantages, like I mentioned, it's very straightforward, easy to use, simple, cost efficient, and at the same time, it has very limited capabilities when it comes to CRM integration, and as well as like when you try to scale it up. Okay, so the next few minutes I'll just divide into 3. So first thing, I'll be explaining you about prepping the data that we need to run a campaign. Then we'll spend some time drafting a campaign, checking its settings and fixing it. Then towards the end, I'll just show you how we typically track the performance of the campaign. So this is a data set that I have. It is like with the respect to the industry that I'm working in, we don't really use a lot of personalization. We focus on relevance for our campaigns. So we only typically use the company name as well as the email ID. Now for this particular discussion, I have added other placeholders as well, like first name, industry, impact numbers, or case studies that you can use for personalization, which is perfectly, we'll be able to do through GMass. So this will be the data set that we'll be using for the time being. Now I will share the GMass platform. Again, like I mentioned, it works within the Gmail workspace. So I already drafted a simple email draft that I'll be using with a subject line and also with the body. And once I'm done, I'll get this button here, which is GMass. So if I just open it, you can see multiple options are there. There are items like spam solver, link checker, which we'll get into. First, we'll just make sure of the housekeeping items, which is you can add a test email ID to send the email draft to check how it looks to someone who is opening the email ID. If you want to add past email templates, you can always do that. You can save it. And if you want, you can use ChatGPT's help to create drafts in it. And if you want to add an unsubscribe link, especially if you are sending newsletters, you can do that. So these are the basic housekeeping items you can keep. And then we'll be setting the settings or what will happen once you run the campaign. So you can track open rates if you want. If you're adding hyperlinks, you can track that as well. Then in action, there are 2 actions that you can perform. First thing is send emails. So if I select send emails, emails will be sent immediately once I click GMass button here. If I select create draft, then GMass will create only drafts. It will not send it immediately. And then you will have an option to check your personalization, check your draft, how everything looks. And with just one click, you will be able to send it. So it's like an additional layer of safety that you can bring in, before sending it to a group of people. You can just check it, see if everything is okay, then you can send it. Then you can set up follow-up options, as in like follow-up emails. Just like in other email campaign tools, how we do it, we can set up like how many days should be the interval. If you want to set a particular time where you feel the email should go, you can do that. If you want to send basic plain text, you can do the same. Or if you want to add pictures or whatever formatting options like bold, italic, or pictures or hyperlink or anything like that, you can always configure that and you can send follow-up emails through this. So I already have a couple of follow-up emails that I have from my previous campaigns, which I'll be uploading here now. So I have added 2 follow-up emails. Then if you want to schedule the emails, if you want to send it now or maybe after 1 hour, maybe if your email campaign works in the afternoon, you can set it up. You can always do that. And if you want to set speed, as in like how many emails should go per day, and should there be pauses between emails and to increase deliverability. So all of those things you can you can configure. Then we can go to advanced settings, in which you can basically use email rotation, like how other other tools would be using it. You can use multiple email IDs from which you can send emails. There will be one parent email ID, then there will be sub email IDs. So I believe, we don't use that context here, but that feature is always there, that you can send, maybe if you want to send 200 email IDs, you can send, maybe you can use 5 email IDs and 50 emails will go from each. And responses will come to the main parent email ID. This increases deliverability, and at the same time, it kind of makes sure that your domain score and everything is in place. If you want to verify emails before sending, you can do the same. But from personal experience, even after verifying and sending, bounce rates typically are between 2 to 5. Again, that would also be because of the kind of industry that we are working in. If you want to A/B test, you can do the same. Like you can test maybe the first 10%, 20% of emails, and then decide which draft you need to use. If you want to set triggers, as in like if someone has opened a particular email, then what should be the follow-up email to it? If someone has clicked on your email ID, link that you have attached, then which email should go to them immediately? Then should it be sent immediately, or should it be sent after some time? All of those things can be set, basically triggers. And then if you want to add pictures, those options can also be done through this. Again, in our industry or in our practice, we don't use a lot of these tools. We just use maybe 20% of what they are providing, what GMass is providing, because again, it kind of works for us at this moment. Now, then there is one option to check the draft, as in like this is called spam solver. So if I just click on spam solver, it sends, I believe, this email to around 15 to 20 test emails, and it gives us an idea of how the email draft is looking. Like what percentage of it is likely to fall in the spam folder, how much would go to the promotions, and how much would directly go to the inbox. That data we can get. So if you want to tweak or modify the draft accordingly or the settings accordingly, we can always do that. For example, for the draft that we have created, and also for the settings like tracking opens, tracking clicks we have created, the inbox deliverability rate is around 90%, which is more or less good enough. If you want to use AI to better your better your chances, you can always do that as well. So this is a very simple and effective tool that we can use in GMass. And another thing is, just like that, you can check on hyperlinks that you add. And also there is a option of email analyzer. So email analyzer basically checks for technical capabilities like the DMRC codes, the SPFs, basically the technical configurations in your email settings, to see if everything is working perfectly and if we can do it. Now, what I'll be doing is that we have already set up the draft. We have already set up the settings. Okay, we already set up the settings with follow-up emails in place. Now, what I'll be doing is that I'll be attaching the Google Sheet. So I will be attaching the Google Sheet that I showed you earlier. So it is pretty straightforward. You can just select the Google Sheet and you can connect. All right. Now, before sending this campaign, I'll just check the settings once more. I'll just check the settings once more to see how the follow-up emails are set up. So I'll just add maybe a placeholder in it. Okay. Same thing with it. I'm just double checking here. I know the placeholder is already there, but I'm just making sure because since I'm running a live campaign here, I don't want to mess this up. So that is done. So the email settings or campaign setting is done. The the address list is added. Draft is modified accordingly. Now I'll be sending it. So I can just click on GMass and according to the settings that we have, all these emails will be sent immediately. All right. So I'll be sending it now. So I have so it gives me a message like whether I should confirm it or not. Okay, anyway, I'm confirming it. So I've just sent a live campaign through GMass for all these 665 email IDs, which will start maybe now. So it has already started and I believe it will be completed in another 29 minutes. Now this is the process of prepping the list and creating the campaign and sending the campaign. Now, next is how do we track it? Okay, we have a dashboard. We have a dashboard where all of the email campaigns that we have sent will, it'll appear along with open rates, click rates, like all the measures that we typically use to basically evaluate the effectiveness of the campaign. So if you can see, I have not switched on open rates for a few campaigns because that's what GMass, the agent, suggested, depending on the email IDs that I had added. So I'll just show you an example of one of the campaigns that we ran yesterday. So we sent it to 986. So we got around 3 replies. Actually, we got more replies, and because in our industry, people typically pick up the phone and call us. We got like 4 to 5 inbound leads through it, and you can always track open rates. And if you want to start a separate campaign for those open rates or someone who has clicked your link, that also is possible. So this is how you will be tracking performance through GMass. So that's pretty much it. It's a very straightforward tool which you can use, especially if you have a lean team or a solopreneur. It doesn't take a lot of someone's bandwidth. So typically, I've been running this for a couple of months now, only a couple of months, but even with just a couple of months, I am able to run a campaign for maybe 1,000 people, 1,500 people in like 5 minutes, right? I just have to prep the data. Everything is already set. So again, simplicity is the most important thing that we look for, that we're currently getting. So that's the reason we have chosen GMass, and I believe you can test it out. I believe they have a free trial of 7 days. They don't have a free usage like forever. I believe they stopped it a few years back. So you can test it out. It's very simple. It's very cost efficient with just 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. The ROI is pretty attractive. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Akhil. And it takes guts to launch a live campaign on a session like this. So kudos to that. I think very simple and straightforward tool. And I think any solopreneur SDR who just wants to start, actually GMass will be a right tool to start off your email automation campaign journey. You can try, test it out, and then probably move to some advanced version of software. Thank you so much, Akhil. Means a lot for running a live campaign and summarizing everything in the get-go. Chinmay, you can go next. Atul will take some more time. Thank you so much, Akhil. Chinmay, can you say hi? I'll pin you.
Oh, hello. Hi, everyone.
1 second, yeah. Yes, Chinmay in the house.
Hi, guys. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Got it. So, hi, everyone. I am Chinmay. And first of all, thank you for showing up at a Saturday at 10 a.m. It might be that Shahzad might be the best promoter out there because he got all of us excited for something as boring as cold emails or emails on a Saturday. So yeah, thank you all for showing up. And I'm Chinmay. I'm the founder of Purple Pandit. Purple Pandit is a B2B lead generation agency where we help our clients get more discovery calls and more meetings and demos through doing cold email outbound. For all of our clients, we send around 1 million cold emails per month. And for that, we use various tools like Clay, Instantly, Prospeo, everything else under the sun. today I'll be talking about Instantly, and rather than just blabbering about its features, we'll also build a live campaign like a kid did. So I'll start sharing by I'll start by sharing how the Instantly dashboard looks like. Uh, I hope my Instantly is visible.
Yes, yes, Chinmay.
Yeah. So this is a live Instantly dashboard for one of our clients that we have. So it has a lot of features like Copilot and things like that. It also has its own database, but I think all of us would be using Apollo or Zoom Info. And so this is much more costlier than that. So I'll suggest stick to it. So to run any cold email campaign, you need three things. You need a sequencer, that is a tool like Instantly or Smartlead that sequences your emails. You need inboxes to actually send emails from. And the third thing is like you need list of people and the copy that whatever you might use. So the first part that, how do I add inboxes to my Instantly? So in this tab, you can see all the inboxes that have been currently connected to this workspace. Adding inboxes is very simple. You just click here on add new, and then whatever email service provider you might be using, you can simply connect. I'm guessing some of you might be using something like Hypertide or Zapmail as well to buy inboxes in bulk. So you can connect that directly as a webhook, and then you can import inboxes from there directly here. The next thing, and the thing that I guess we all are here for, is campaigns. So you might see there are a lot of campaigns on this dashboard right now. A campaign in this context of cold email is basically a sequence of emails that you're sending out to one particular target audience with one particular value proposition. And inside campaign, there are different tabs that are there. So first one is the analytics tab that shows how many emails you have sent over a period of time. So right now I'm displaying for last 7 days. I can also change it to last 12 months or whatever time that I want. The second thing is like the data of the people that you want to reach out to. We'll talk about this later once we will build a live campaign, but you can see there are emails of people, their first names, their titles, companies, and things like that. You can also add your own variables and own personalizations using Clay, Claude, whatever you want to use. And the last thing is the sequences. So, once you have your lead list created, you can come in and create your copy here and then start sending them. We'll cover schedule options and other things while we are building a live campaign. The best part about Instantly, what I feel is like once you do cold emails at scale, it becomes very annoying for you to respond to the leads that reply. So like right now in this workspace, I have like 36 inboxes. So it would be very difficult for me to like open each inbox and respond. So the best thing is that Instantly has something like Unibox. So I can directly come here to my Unibox, and let's say if I want to reply to this particular lead that had responded me, I can just click on reply, type in my reply, and it will go out directly. So that's the best part of it. You can also see like overall campaign analytics of the days of the past days that we have run. So around in the last 7 days, we have sent 2.1K emails with this reply rate that has generated these many opportunities. So now what we are going to do, we're going to build a live campaign here right in front. And so that will also, take you into the nitty-gritties of some things that I have skipped purposefully for now. So the first thing that I want to cover is the copy and the variables. So you might have seen a lot of curly braces and a lot of things that while I was showing. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I created a copy. I'll give some context as well. So this copy is for a financial services company where for, that basically does accounting, bookkeeping and things like that for bigger companies. So this particular copy is written for them, and we are targeting people who have, posted a job on LinkedIn, and we have scraped them through Apify. We have gone through their job descriptions and created particular variables for them. So yeah, that's the context of this copy. So in my email sequence, I usually try to limit to 2 to 3 emails because depending on how big my TAM is. What we have seen that after email 3, the reply rates drop a lot, and also people start, marking you as spam. So we try to limit to that particular number. to maintain maximum deliverability and also to ensure like we get more ROI on whatever we are putting effort into. So this is the first email. I have also created 2 more emails in the sequence. Now you might be seeing a lot of curly braces in all of these. So what do these curly braces mean? So these curly braces are basically placeholders for each individual lead that we would be uploading to. So if I were to like send an email to 2 different people, then each of these people would get a different variable, and that's that. You also might be seeing something known as random. So this is slightly confusing, and I understand. But so random is basically, so this is something known as syntax. Syntax is a way in which you can create more variations in your emails. So what happens is like if you send the same email again and again, email service providers have become so smart that they see, oh, this guy is sending the same emails, they mark your spam and your deliverability crashes all of a sudden. So what we do is we try to send each person a different email, and not only in terms of the personalization, but also the structure of the email, we try to vary it to some extent. So what this random thing would do, one person would get an email like we work with industry companies as and then it would select either of these words. So either on demand or flexible or fractional, and then send it to them. And the next person would get another of these words. So each person would, have a lot of, get a very different email from the last person. So this keeps our emails very, very specific. Now let me go ahead and share my entire screen again, just a second, so that I can also show how to create the campaigns in total. So what we are going to do, we are going to come to our instantly. We are going to click on add new, and then we are going to name our campaign something like demo, and then we are going to click on continue. So the first thing it would ask you to add leads, but we'll add it later. So what we are going to do is we're going to come to sequences and whatever copy we have. So we also have a subject line. So we'll copy paste this, whatever this is. And what will usually happen is that while you are pasting this copy, the formatting would be off, like the spacing is not consistent. And my syntax might also get broken and the spaces would not be consistent. So you don't want your clients to get weird emails from you. It would ruin your reputation. So ensure that all of this is true. Also, whenever you copy something, there is an option here known as clean HTML. So sometimes what happens when we copy text from, let's say, ChatGPT or even a Google Doc, some part of an HTML content gets embedded inside the copy that you have. And once the email service providers see that your email is not a plain text and it has some level of HTML, then they mark you as spam. That's why it's suggested that you do not track open rates or like send links in your opening emails, because they are like an instant flag for spam. So every time you paste something, just click on clean HTML. And now what we'll do, we'll keep on doing it for the other copies as well, the emails. So also you see, like I've created a version A for the email one and a version B for the email one. If you see, the entire text of the email A and email B is same, but the value proposition that there is, it's different. So, sometimes you might want to test between different subject lines, different value propositions and things like that. So rather than creating a separate email campaign for each of these, instantly gives you the option of doing an A/B test. So what we are going to do, we're going to come here, we are going to click on add a variant. So it's going to give you the opportunity of sending a different email to the same list that you have. So let's say if you have 100 people in your list, 50 people would get the first email that you have added, and the rest of them would get the second email. And then you can see which one works better, which one does not work better, turn off the one that is not performing, and then, crank up the one that is performing really nicely. So we'll come again, we'll save, and then we'll also do it for the other copies that we have. We also have email 2s and email 3. So I'll, keep the subject line empty so that it is threaded inside the email itself that we have sent earlier. So it gives them more context rather than, you having to tell whatever you were saying all from scratch. So we'll go and we'll fix the formatting, we'll clean HTML, and then we'll add our last step of the sequence. Also, you can choose how you want to structure your sequence. Do you want to send them on a daily basis, or do you want to send them in a gap? I like to keep a gap of 2 to 4 days between my first and second email. And then between my second and third email, I like to keep a gap of, let's say, 4 days or 4 to 7 days. So after the first email, let's say if the first email is sent on Monday, the next email would be sent on a Wednesday. And then the last email would be sent 2 to 3 days after that, or 5 days after that in this particular example. Now we have created our copies. I'll also add for the last email. So last one is just like a request. If if they are not the right person, could they direct us to somebody else? So I'll go ahead and save all of these copies, also clean HTML. And now comes the part of adding leads. So instantly there are multiple ways you can add leads. If you have Clay or any other thing, you can directly connect Clay. You can embed Instantly's API inside Clay and post leads directly there. But in this, to keep it simple, we'll either use a CSV upload or a Google Sheets. So in CSV, you can create the list of people you want to reach out to and simply upload. For the purpose of this demo, I have also created a lead list, and I'll show you what it looks like. So these are the emails of the people that we are reaching out to. These are their first names and last names. These are the roles that they're hiring for. So this is all scraped from LinkedIn using Apify. These are their websites, and there are some other custom variables that we have created, like industry and job title. So usually the industry that you get once you export from Apollo or Prospe or or Zoom Info, it's very generic. So what I like to do is I like to use Claude, and I ask it to go over this person's website and see what their industry is. So I've created a skill inside Claude. It's called Industry Classifier. So every time I have to create a list of all these industries, I just upload my CSV there, and then it does it for me. So yeah. And then the specific task also, what we have did is we scraped the job descriptions of the people, and we tried to find what was the most important or most complex task that might be involved, so that we can call that out in the email, and then it becomes even more relevant for them. So this is the list that we are going to go with. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back to my Instantly. I'm going to click on upload CSV, and then I'm going to bring in my lead list. Now, once you bring in the lead list, it's very important that you map all the variables correctly. So email, first name, last name, these are common, so they get mapped automatically. But we have created a lot of custom variables like role, industry, job title, and then at the same time, the specific task portion. So all these need to be added as a custom variable. So to do that, you can just come here and then click on custom variable. Then you click on come here on industry, and then you click on custom variable. And then you click on specific task custom variable. Once all of this is added, you simply click on upload, and then it starts to upload once it says contacts have been uploaded. Now what we need to do is we need to check if the variables are correctly mapped and if the person is actually getting a coherent email, or like sometimes what happens, some variable would be missing and then your email feels very wonky. So to do that, what you do, once you have the lists uploaded, you click on preview, and then you can click on any of the leads that you have uploaded just for testing. So in this particular email, everything is in the first line is correctly rendering. In the second email, you can see, not sure if you are the best contact, but I thought I'd ask since you are. And so there's an empty space. That means a variable has not correctly been embedded. So to do that, what you do, so the variable that we want to have is job title, and it's not rendering correctly. So you delete everything. Then what you do, you put in 2 curly braces, and then it gives you the options of all the variables that you had earlier imported. Now we'll click on job title, and then we'll put a full stop, and we'll see if there is any other thing in the third line that is, weird. Okay, so in the third line, it's okay, but in the fourth line, it's again slightly weird. There's a space between my this and this. I'm guessing my another variable is not rendering properly. So I'll come here and I see that, oh, okay, this variable job role does not exist because I've named it as role. So it's not being called properly. So I'll go here again. I'll use my curly braces and then bring in role. Check the formatting, check the preview. Now I can see my role being properly being mentioned here. Last thing, we have asked Instantly to add a signature to our emails, but it's not showing. So it's because this variable is also not correctly mapped. So what I'll do is I'll simply add 2 curly braces, type account signature, it will give me the signature. And then, yeah, signature is also rendering properly. So I'll go ahead and, test it out for all the other things as well before launching a campaign. And once everything is good to go, what I'll do is I'll come to schedule. So this list has been prepared for people who are in California. These HQs are in California, and these people are also located in California. Now, you don't want them to get emails in your time zone. So like, for example, if I'm sending emails right now, it might be 3 a.m. there, and then nobody's going to read my email and respond to it. So Instantly also has an option for you to select any time zone you want. So I'm going to set California's time zone, that is UTC -7. I'm going to click on save, choose the days, Monday to Friday seems really good. Then I'm going to come to options. So we have created our copies, we have uploaded our lists, but we haven't selected which accounts to use. So Instantly then, gives you the privilege of selecting what accounts to use. So let's say I am going to use these two for now, these three for now. And then, there are certain settings like stop sending emails on reply. So let's say somebody replied positively, but you are still sending them, hey, could you direct me to somebody else? So you don't want that happening. So always enable this. I personally do not do open tracking or link tracking. We have a very advanced analytics database that we have created using Instantly's APIs. I'll show that maybe sometime later. But yeah, I do not rely on open tracking because it adds pixel to my emails, and then the scale at which we do, it becomes very difficult to maintain all the deliverability and all. So I always disable any open tracking. I also do not enable link tracking. Now the daily limit is like, if you have a lot of campaigns going on, you don't want all your inboxes to only send from one particular campaign. So you can set the daily limit you want. I think for this demo purpose, this campaign had 100 leads. I only want to reach out to 50 of them on a daily basis. So I'm going to do that. There are some advanced options that you can do. Like if you want to emulate a human being sending emails. So these tools will, sometimes blast emails constantly. That also becomes a spam flag. So you can put some gap between the emails that you're sending. So let's say I put a gap of 6 minutes, and then randomly sometimes it will add a gap of 3 minutes. So like a normal human would not, send continuous emails. He would take some time to think and write. So this emulates that human behavior to some extent. And yeah, other settings, not much needed. So I'll just click on save. And once everything is done, I can click on launch campaign, and this will publish my campaign. So this is what like Instantly is built for. Best thing about Instantly is that it also connects with whatever CRM that you have. So if I go to the integrations that it offers a lot of integrations, everything ranging from Slack to Typeform, whatever you have. And then what you can do, you can set rules inside Instantly of what is going to happen when one particular activity happens. So inside this thing, I've connected it to a HubSpot account. So whenever a lead replies, it automatically creates a contact. And let's say if the lead replies again, then it creates a note of the email thread, whatever entire conversation happens. So you have clarity, what to say. If you want to do a call based on whatever response they have, you can do that. So that's more or less about Instantly. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chinmay, for that brief walkthrough, and it was actually very detailed. And again, thanks for doing that end-to-end running of the campaign. Again, gives a different perspective of what Instantly might be used for. Thank you so much. Stick around. Probably we'll hold you up again in the Q&A session. Suhani, are you there?
Yes, sir. Ajay.
1 second. Let me just spin you up. Thank you, Chinmay. Suhani, you're going next. 1 second. Yep. Perfect. Over to you, Suhani.
Let me just share my screen.
Yeah. It is visible.
Yeah. Hey, hi. Thanks for joining in today. And today I'm going to give a deep dive Klenty session for smarter email campaigns. And I'm Suhani Naresh. I work as a founding sales engineer at Tesues. Basically, I run the GTM motion and a part of sales as well. So this is my QR code for the LinkedIn, and you can get connected with me and we can have the real conversations there as well. And so about my company, so we are a testing company where we do end-to-end Salesforce and Agentforce automation with an autonomous AI approach with completely plain English, no code, low maintenance. At the same time, we are hiring for BDR roles. So please ping me on LinkedIn and send me your resume so that I can take in the interviews as well. So today, I'll be giving a deep dive demo on Klenty. So why Klenty? So Klenty is more consistent and it is more relevant. At the same time, it also helps us with more time for real conversations. So it also helps me to build repeatable email cadences in one place. And also it helps me with personalized outreach for each prospect, and also helps me track engagement and focus the next follow-up too. Okay, so let me go to the live walkthrough. I switch off my camera. I think my internet is quite bad today. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Vani, it is.
Okay, so let's imagine I'm a Klenty BDR where I'm targeting sales managers. I already have a prospect list and now I need to decide how I want to reach them. So depending on the situation, I can send one-time email or create a personalized cadence manually, or let Klenty AI help me build the campaign. So I will show you all three approaches today. So let's start with the simplest situation. Suppose I want to send an urgent announcement, an event invitation, or a quick update that needs to reach several prospects. So I don't necessarily need to send a full campaign with multiple follow-ups. I just need to send one relevant email that should be sent to a selected group. So for that, I go over here and then I click on the prospects and then click on this checkbox. There are a total of 10 prospects that are selected, and then click on this drop down and later click on the mail merge. Okay, and write in the subject line. Let me just give it as a test data. Okay, so mail merge is useful when speed matters and a complete cadence would be unnecessary. So I can contact a bulk list while still personalizing the message for each recipient. So once this is done, I can go to next and then put in my signature and I can send it to the prospects that I've selected. This is a very simple and one-time approach. And but most outbound campaigns require more than one touch point. That is where cadences become useful. So go to this and then we'll click on create cadence. Okay, so and then we do have two options. One is to create with AI and the other one is create on our own. I'll do the manual first. Okay, so the cadence is useful when I want to follow up consistently over several days instead of relying on my memory. So let's create one manually so that we have complete control over the messaging. So click on the email. Okay, so then write in the subject line and the body. So, and I can also add the placeholders here. For example, instead of manually entering every prospect's name, I can insert the first name placeholder and the Klenty pulls the correct value from the prospect record where the email is sent. Okay, sometimes I also want to set in the default fields. Sometimes the default fields are not enough. So my campaign may need something specific. So for that, I go to settings and click on prospects and I can create my own custom field. Let me name this as, and click on save it as text and then go back. Over here in the placeholder, you can actually see that I have created a new custom field where this could be about prospects testing platform or current challenges or a relevant use case. Yeah, so at the same time, I can also for an existing campaign, I can simply insert the template from the library and personalize it for the current audience. So this is a template where I want to reach out to the sales manager, pitching Klenty as a calling tool or an email tool, and with many more features with that. And once this is done, I add this step, and then I can add next steps as well. So as Klenty is not just used for email, it is also majorly used for calling as well, where it has parallel dialing features, power dialing, and also one-on-one calling too. So as today we are doing going across the email campaigns, let me add this next step. So here you can actually select either a new thread or continuous to the step 1 itself. And then we can add the template that I've already saved. At the same time, we can add the next step too. Okay, so once the cadence is set, I can click on next, and here you can see there are a couple of settings where you can stop the cadence on email reply and even on the call answered, and many more. And once this is all ticked or looked into, you can actually feed in your data. So it could be in the form of a CSV file. Also, you can import from the HubSpot if your HubSpot is your CRM, and then even the existing prospects list too. So once this is done, you can run the campaign, and it will be automatically ran in the background. Okay, so this approach gives me a complete control. But if I want to create a multi-step campaign faster and begin with more prospect context, that is where Klenty AI comes in. So I go to Cadence, click on Create Cadence, and then I want to create with AI help. Okay, so I can keep the touch point as 4. Yeah, and then we proceed. And then we can keep email as an outreach and confirm. And here you can actually give in the prompt. So, and as it has suggested for me to reach out to the directors and VPs of the mid-size Salesforce service providers, and you have to feed in your website URL. And once everything is set, just click on confirm. And this will take few seconds to actually create the cadence with the email content as well. Okay, so instead of beginning with a blank editor, I can just give Klenty AI the campaign context and ask it to generate from the starting point. So what it is actually doing is it begins with a research step. It uses the available prospect and company information to build context before drafting the emails. So this could take, yeah, so here it is. So as you can see, the first step is not the email, it is a research step. Okay, so as you can see, it is doing the research about the prospect's education, summary, work experience based on the LinkedIn URL. And at the same time, it can also do the research of the account too. And it actually burns few credits as well. So if you want to do a overall research, there is an option where you'll have to buy some credits and do the research, and it will give you more hyper personalized emails too. Okay, so the more important point is that AI gives me a researched first draft. It does not actually remove the BDR from the process. It still review the claims, refine the tone, and decide whether the message is appropriate for the prospect. Okay, so this is about the AI step. And this is the same process. You go in and you click on all the settings, and then you execute the cadence. Okay. So now that the content is ready, the next question is that when it should be sent and which mailbox it should come from. So for that, go to the one of the cadence and click on step settings. Okay, so as you know that a good email sent at a wrong time can still be ignored. So delivery windows let me control the days, hours, and time zone in which the cadence can be sent and the emails could be sent. So emails that fall outside the selected window are actually moved to the next available delivery period as well. Okay, and then we also have, I can also decide who the email should come from. The default option basically uses the confirmed sender, and the prospect owner can align the sender with the team member responsible for the record. And the custom here, I can select, let me choose the an appropriate connected mailbox. So once everything is set, I can confirm, and then I can execute it similarly as I showed earlier. So once the campaign is running, I also need to know who is engaging. For that, we can actually go to, so the dashboard. This is how the dashboard looks like. And then this is a live feed. This gives me a real-time view of activities such as opens, clicks, replies, page visit, connect, request accepted, and even high intent. Okay, instead of treating every prospect equally, I can actually identify engagement and prioritize the right follow-up. So this is one part. And also there's an option of sent items. This actually gives me an operational view of what has gone out and how those emails are performing across the campaign. So this is one part. And also we can go here and then go to mails. So this is a multi-channel inbox. This helps me separate meaningful prospect responses from messages such as out of office or replies and bounces. And that makes it easier for a BDR to focus on conversations that need attention. So this is about the live tracking and everything. So before everything, I also want to show you guys about the deliverability. Okay, so when you go over here, there's an option of custom domain tracking. So email platforms use tracking links to measure opens and clicks, right? So if those links users shared or unrelated domain, they may appear less trustworthy or to email filters. So if you provide your company's domain, this will actually, the custom tracking domain aligns the tracking links with the company's own domain. So it will actually supports better domain alignment and help prospect deliverability as well. So this is one thing. And how do we set the email is over here. So wherein you set your email limit based on your volumes, and then you connect your mailboxes. You can connect up till 5 mailboxes, and at the same time, this is your signature where you can add in over here, and then you can avoid them during the holidays. And this is about the email setting. And then at the same time, this is a very simple tool. I just don't use it for the email campaign, but to actually do a parallel dialing and other features too. So this is about it. So you can actually come up with any kind of questions, and I'll be happy to answer.
Great. Thanks for that, Swani. I myself has used Klenty. So yeah, the tool is pretty simple and straightforward to use and scale it at a large scale. Thank you so much for, explaining it in such a, simple manner. So I think, people go out there and can try it. We'll move on to our next guest. In that case, Kutub in the house.
Hey,
Yes,
can you hear me, guys?
I'll just pin you. Screen कौन share कर रहा है? मैं कर रहा हूँ क्या?
No, I'll share my. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you. But there's already a screen which is getting shared. Swani, is that yours?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
घर वाली बात है, हम सब लोग IndoSales की है, so it's completely fine. Let's get started with you, Kutub. You can move on to the next.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, your internet is sketchy. I don't know why. I think you're joining from Bangalore.
Today everyone's internet is sketchy, I think, because of weather in Bangalore, I think.
Yep. You can switch off your video if you want.
Yeah. I'm saying today the weather is cloudy, I think. Everyone's internet is sketchy.
Yep. Monsoon.
Yes. Monsoon, yeah. I hope I'm audible at least. Loud
Yes,
and
you're
clear.
audible and your screen is also visible. Over to you.
Yeah. So I'll do a split screen. So this is my slide. A little bit introduction about me. My name is Kutub. I've been in tech sales from a decade now. I spent my career in working in companies like Oracle, Datadog, Rubrik, and currently I'm working in Red. A little bit about Redis. Redis is the fastest data platform on the planet. It's a real-time data platform. So whatever apps today you use, be it Meesho or Swiggy, Zomato, FinTech, any app, the changing part of that app, whether you do any transaction or you do make any order or you select a cart, everything is powered by Redis. I'm not bragging about Redis, but yeah, I mean, we compete with the likes of Mongo or Aerospike or Elasticache. And in my career so far, from last 5 years, I have used all these tools like SalesLoft, Lucia, ZoomInfo, Outreach, and Snow.io. By the way, I wanted to show you Outreach as on yesterday, but my organization somehow got some better deals, so they just moved out of Outreach and have selected Gong. But today I will show you Snow.io. Snow.io is personally my favorite. A little bit about automation, the sales automation. Today we are discussing about this topic. So far, I have seen the average open rate of 20 to 23%. That is the open rate. And also, it all depends on a lot of things. I personally am not a huge fan of bombarding emails, but I do believe that if you personalize it well, depending on catering to whom you are targeting, what is your segment, right? What is the timing that you are, and you should keep on changing the emails or cadence that you build, then you get a proper response. For me personally, the success rate was 2 to 3%. And success rate for me, I measure depending on who the EV you are targeting. Maybe it's a CTO, CIO, or a procurement head or something, right? Uh, Before I jump to slide, I just wanted to show you. I hope my screen, yeah. So this is actually a cadence that my SDR and me have run through two companies like Tata Capital and Bank of. We keep on sending a lot of personalized mail. You can see Pratik, Raj. I know it's a little the font, but then after 5 or 6 days, the head of IT of Bank of Baroda, head of AI, he replied on that. So actually, it works. I'll just yeah. I don't know how to zoom in. Yeah, I'm not able to zoom in.
Guys, people who have joined, there's a button on the right side corner of the screen share. There's a plus button there. You can just double click on it and you can zoom and check it. Matlab, basically what Kutub is telling that whatever he writes, he gets
Yeah.
replies. Yeah.
No, yeah, so I'm just trying to say it needs patience. It needs patience. But yeah, you can get the reply. Now I'll just come to this. So you just type Snowview. When you go to Snowview, let me just, yeah. So you just search Snowview. So in a simple way, if you wanted to basically, open your account and try for something, you go here and you try for free. It will come to something like this. You create your company name, industry, business, company size, everything. You'll get this is the dashboard of Snow.io, right? This is a complete dashboard. This is my thing, right? This is my name, prospect discovery, LinkedIn automation, find people. So I'll go through tab by tab. So this first tab is prospects and companies. If I go to prospects over here, now a very interesting part I'll show you. So you can add your prospects, you can import a file, you can search a database. This is a list of 13 prospects from different company. Now, one of my favorite here is that if I go search database, find your next prospects faster with the power of AI. Okay. Let's say I want to find CTO for fintech in India. Okay. So let's say what's the magic of this? Let's bear with me for a few seconds. Now automatically all the filters, everything it will do. See, Raghu, you can find the email, all the fintechs in India, HDFC, everything you can get over here. And you can save it and have a prospect as a prospect list. So it will automatically do the filtering work. Again, if I go, I want to do a domain search. I want to do LinkedIn search, email search. If I go to domain search, let me just click on domain search. I will write, let's say, Sony. And it will do all the domains, CEO, everything for that company, Sony. Yeah. So you can do all of this kind of thing, database search, domain search, LinkedIn search, email search, all the kind of search. You also have an option of email verification, bulk email verification. Let's say, for example, you want to, because you don't want to spam it, right? You can write that email and you can verify it. You can do a bulk email verification also. You can choose a file, upload all of this file. Then you can go to your deliverability. Again, there is a deliverability check. So it will actually show you how you can fix your email with delivery, basically how it is, what is the response rate. It will show you test how much percentage you can launch your email warm-up, everything over here. So now we'll go to campaign. Now this is something that we all are waiting for. Let's say if I go to campaign over here, all campaigns, new campaigns. If I click on new campaigns, let's just create from scratch or the template. Let's use something of Snow.io only. I go here. Let me go to Snow.io template, right? So there are multi-channel, as everyone says that we have to connect with emails and LinkedIn's and everything. So if I go for a SaaS offering, email first approach, let's say, I select a template. Now it will show you something like this. So it looks a little bit, a tree kind of thing, a little bit difficult, but yeah, it's the first email, let's say. What is my first email? Now there is a condition over here, like it wait up to 2 days. It will show all the condition. Set a timer for recipient to open the email. If they open it within the same time, we'll move them to the yes. If not, then it go to on their LinkedIn. So you can set all your condition. Let's say click on link, open email, connected on LinkedIn, everything. You can set your own condition. Let's say I connected, my second condition was connected on LinkedIn. If they have not connected, again, there is one more request for a different person. If I go to open email, I can change this. Let's say open email. If the person is not open email, it will go to his profile. Then it will send a connection. Again, one more condition is that. So you can set your own condition the way you like. For example, you can, let's say, like prospects, LinkedIn post, endorse skill, again, a condition. So everything you can customize as per you. You can select, you can have multiple email also here. In place of LinkedIn, you can have one more message also. You can have LinkedIn also. This is a very customized thing. And all the templates are over here. You can build your own template also from scratch also you can do. You can use any one of these templates. So let me show you different kind of templates that are already there. So this is something which I have basically created. So you can go here, you can set your condition, you can write your email. Again, you can set your condition. Again, you can write an email, right? So everything can be customized. Either you use their templates, you can create your own templates. Everything is there here. So all of those email templates are readily available. You can build your own. So these are different pattern, different style emails are there. Email campaigns, LinkedIn campaigns, all this. These are different LinkedIn accounts. Now, one more thing I really like over here is that you can even build your email as well. For example, if let me click on again example of Sony only. So the product and service I selected is this, and it has its own customer profiling. I've, let's say, selected here as a retail chain, industry, job title, pain points, everything. So this, if you select, you can select anything. Let's do like this. You can build from scratch. You just have to select your product. I've selected Sony again. And if you say retail, hospitality, corporate office, whatever ICP, whatever target, whatever segment you want to target, vertical you want to target, select corporate offices. It will show location, global, facility. Okay, create step by step. Now I go to different selling points. You can have any product of your choice. It could be a hardware, it could be software, anything. All the unique selling points are here: future proof, seamless app, immersive viewing. I've selected this, and this, advanced voice control. I go over here. Now it is working on the email draft. Yeah, bear with me. Yeah. So see the different draft it has already selected. Did you know 70%? I can select any of this. 4 draft it is selected, and I go to next. Now you can fine tune also. The different styles are there, like memorable, assertive, direct, smarter way. Here's a thought. The moment you change it, let's say, the email content will automatically be improved. So yeah, and you can then add to a template as well. So you don't even it allows you to draft AI centric messages. It will automatically find the pain points. It will find the segment, everything. So, and then there are different CRMs. You have different extensions. You can have email finder, Gmail tracking. If you want to see, okay, if you let's say connect with your today I have not sent an email, but yeah, it will send you how many % is open, whoever is clicked, timing, everything. So it's a very easy to use tool. You can go to multiple tabs over here. You can go via companies also if you want to add. Again, if you want to explore, if you want to add any, you want to find any company, again, it will apply. You can select your location, industry, company size, revenue. So what you can do via prospects, you can do via companies, everything is possible. So that's all. Any further questions, or we'll take on last?
We'll take it on last. Probably. Thanks for
Yeah.
this. This is more of a
Yeah.
click and just join it, and the execution
Yes.
happens. A different kind of
Correct.
tool, but solving the same problem. Probably again, this is something which can be used by people who are doing it for the first time. Probably you just make
Yes,
the
it's one of the most easiest, Sajad, trust me, like one of the most easiest tool if you are a beginner and if you have not used, because everything is ready made here. Emails ready made,
It's
AI.
something that was unique about this particular platform.
Yeah.
Thanks, Udup. We'll move on to our last guest. I think by now, the screen and all is fixed. Atul.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. I'll keep my camera off. My screen is fixed. All right, so I'm the last one. We'll present about Smartlead. Let's start with the product and some more information. All right, guys. So in the next 15 minutes, I would say I have already wasted everyone's time initially. So in the next 15 minutes, we talk about one of the tool out of many tools that is shown today, Smartlead. To put in context, if you need email to be sent, you don't need anything else. But again, I run sales outreach agency at Margin Sales, and I'm a co-founder here. And we use a lot of tools. We use it for different clients. In fact, some of the tools we are currently using for different clients, and we have used some in the past. All of these products are good. In fact, any product that we are looking at must be a product-led tool. What I would mean is you sign up on their product. You don't need a walkthrough. You don't need someone to kind of handhold you. You should be able to do everything yourself. Pretty much everyone who is here right now, SDRs, I assume that you would want something wherein you can just get started instantly type. I mean, not the product instantly, but yeah, literally. So all said, you don't need someone from the company to set things up. If you need someone and you are beginning to send your first email automation, I will say not to choose that tool. It will save your time in long run. If you're starting small, start with a tool that goes fine with you. I would like to thank everyone here. Teja presented Lemlist as LinkedIn automation. That was cool. In fact, LinkedIn automation was something that I really liked it. In fact, we have used Lemlist in the past. At that time, they were not having this automation, but now they have. Chinmay showed instantly. Again, we are using it for another client. Pretty good tool. If you want simplicity and ease, instantly is one option. It has better UI and walk around. Suhani talked about Klenty. We have used Klenty for a lot of call campaigns, AI dialer and stuff. They have built a complete sales outreach tool, and it is good for campaigns. I really liked it. I mean, we have used it and we're using it for one of our clients. They're a full outreach software. Kutub did for Sonov. I mean, Sonov, again, we used very long back. I mean, but I have lost memory of it. Probably I can connect with Kutub and to know more about it now, how Sonov is doing. Akhil presented GMass. Thank you. Yeah, Akhil presented GMass, which is the most affordable. It is there in the market for a very long time. Probably the grandfather of all the email tool out there. I personally started using that tool 2011, 2012. So I think that's the grandfather of all the tools that is there today. It helps run a few of the emails that you have. And if you are not worried about some manual work, it works great. But again, in today's time, I think I would come to answers later, Rashid. I mean, I'm sure you would have questions. So if you're running a bit of automation, I would say that this will take some of your time with the learning curve, the GMass. So sign up yourself for all the tools. I mean, feel the tool, what you feel like using, and keep it simple. So all the features everyone talked about, like cadences, settings, research, bring your own AI tool, use inbuilt tools, buy domains, review, refine messaging, everything you have heard of, like templates, prospect research, context, personalization, touch point, tracking. I'm missing like auto reply, categorization, placeholders, timing to send, spin tags, managing fields, CRM, everything. I mean, creating AB versions, creating campaigns, adding that, everything is there in some other other tool for sure. Every tool has it. Then what different the Smartlead has? It's like easy to set up. Guys, please do not kind of keep looking at my screen, because I have kept the screen purposely on the dinosaur. That's one. So what is different with Smartlead? It is easy to set up. The email compose part is a bit flaky. I mean, for preview thing, probably they are working on to that. It has already been flagged by the heavy users, but they are aware of it and they are working to better it. But it has a lot of other features like smart servers for heavy users, where you can spin your own SMTP servers for bulk emails. But that is not what you guys would be using it most for. As a small center, I think the biggest thing that they have is the platform itself and the community that they have built around, wherein everyone is ready to kind of help each other. That's the good thing. For the bigger senders, I'll quickly run down a couple of things that they have is smart agents, wherein AI.
Deep dive into the live platform if you can show that.
Yes, I'll come to that. And in fact, that's the reason I said demo and preview is one of the smallest part, because a tool should be able to let the person kind of go on the tool and check it themselves, right? Should not be handhold for that. And that in that sense, Smartlead leads by margin over others. So they have reply categorization, smart dialer, which is the new thing. I mean, Smartlead, they had the leads already on their platform. Now they are connecting email engagement with calling. So probably not only you can see the email history, but you can also call from the same workflow, get the transcript summarized, everything done. They have introduced the MCP, which is the talk of the town now, which is you can control your outbound through AI. And yeah, I'll come to the next screen, probably not boring you with this one. Give me a second, guys. Now, why would we need cold email? I mean, so there are so many people out here.
Sorry to cut you. I think the agenda is only the tool walkthrough. I'll keep a separate session on cold email part. If you can just give a walkthrough of Smartlead, that would help, I guess, for the audience which has joined.
Cool. Let me share the different screen here. All right. Thank you, Shahzad, for breaking me here in between. All right. I mean, I had a lot of questions for the audience, but for sure here we are at the Smartlead tool. In front of you, I'm starting with a campaign. This is a fresh look of the platform. If you sign up with your email, this is how you will see around. Depending on what sort of conversation you would want to build, Smartlead wants to understand your persona before kind of setting this campaign up for you. So you can select whether you would like to kind of 20 conversation or, between 20 to 50. I think this is one way of them kind of, let me see. Yeah. So I select, say, I'm a small sender. I would start with 20 to 50 conversation. How many emails that you would like to send is like 100 a day, maybe. And I'll be very honest with this. If I'm starting fresh, I'll write like just getting started. And then how soon do you need to, exploring option. These are all the options. Probably you can select and get going. Oh, I think I have already selected that. So we have a couple of campaigns going on already on a different campaign platform on Smartlead, and it was picking up those, and that's the reason it got stuck. This is the screen that you will see, the main screen. This is the MCP I was talking about. This is a smart assistant, and they have a lot of other smart assistants in terms of AI agents and connectors. We'll talk about that later. Every tool has all the features. I'll talk about this one, which gets interesting. Smartlead has been sending emails for over a couple of years. They had the Smart Writer when they started. The founder started that a couple of years back as a Smart Writer. They moved into Smart Sending. And so far in the last 3.5 years, they have acquired huge database of the emails that are sent. So they know that what emails are being received, what emails are being opened and stuff like that. All these intelligence that helped them build this entire platform, wherein earlier it was only email sending, but now you can do your prospecting, you can build your list. Especially if you see here in whatever leads that you would build, say your based on the job titles or anything, or you can give some command here. It will have the email and the list of the people who have actually opened or interacted with emails. That's something which is very cool about the platform. In fact, right now we are getting almost 90%, 80 to 90% of open rate on a couple of our projects. If you talk about click, people kind of fret that, we should not be sending the click links and stuff. In the second email that we send on Smartlead, we are getting almost 40%, 45% of the click. Again, every platform has the same. You can build campaigns. You can have all those basic campaign name and stuff like that. You can have all those active, paused, stopped. Every feature of a campaign that you can think of, they have that here with smart filtering and stuff like that. This is, as I say, it's very easy to use because anyone can start using it from day one. Master inbox, someone was talking about, having the master inbox to have all the emails at one place. This has the same feature. In fact, the pioneers to do that was Instantly and Smartlead. Smartlead took an edge, kind of moved a little ahead in terms of product features, and it has maintained that so far. People are picking up, Instantly is picking up at a good speed, but still they have done it in a way wherein right now in all other campaigns, we don't have to manually look at all these. They are kind of managed all by AI. Sender account, again, one of the big things that they have. Earlier, we used to kind of connect our own mail accounts through different platforms, signing up on some of the mailboxes companies that you guys mentioned. Herein, everything can be done now. Either I can bring my email, which is any of the Outlook, SMTP, or Google, or I can simply go ahead and create my private infrastructure. Again, for the large senders, this is one of the good features, but for the small ones, I would say that you keep your email account added. one by one. If you have SMTPs from Zoho and other providers, you can simply bulk upload. If you're trying to upload the Gmail in bulk, make sure that you have the app password and authentication done for the entire domain. Again, a very cool feature of purchase mailbox, which not sure that who is managing the infrastructure within your company, but guys, again, are you AE, SDR, only wanting to kind of automate your work? I would not say get too much into these details. You can pass this on to your IT infra guy to kind of purchase the mailboxes, run it. You know, it'll give you option of pre-warmed mailboxes, fresh mailboxes. This is cool about it, that you can right now own pre-warmed mailboxes wherein you don't have to worry about 15 days of warming up and stuff. You can get started instantly. And so as the domains, and this will have all the domains that you guys have acquired, and smart sender order. If you have ordered the sending mailboxes, it will come here. Calls, it's a new feature. They are experimenting with it. We have started experimenting with this one. This needs, I think, on the pricing part, they have to get competitive with Twilio and others, but they're doing fair work in terms of calls. Right now, whatever emails that we have set up, we can set up the emails to link with direct calls, and we have done that. So in our campaigns, we have a couple of emails being sent, and then suddenly there is a reply. We move that as a smart filtration here, if you can see, onto these, and then the call campaigns get started automatically. These are like super easy to set up, and that's the reason we love that. It's like anyone can find their workaround. AI assistant, new thing added. Guys who have been using different tools would find this interesting. You just want to kind of tell about your business. It will personalize everything. And I think spend more time here, because the better you feed the tool, the better the responses would be. So if you feed in garbage, you'll get the garbage out. So rather than kind of jumping ahead and starting Smartlead from the beginning, I would say that feed Smartlead with the persona of your company, the persona of your work that you're doing, and it will be super helpful. AI agents, I'll come to that later. First, let's go on to the connectors. Amazing product, AI connectors, wherein you can build. Okay, let's talk about the connectors that they have right now. They have all these pretty good connectors with Airtable, Clay, Calendly, Cal. I mean, pretty much a lot of them, which we use on a daily basis. But where it gets more interesting, you want to kind of build your own. Here it is. You want to build your own, you can build your own agent. That will, so right now they have like pre-built agents, wherein there is a positive reply, you can get an alert on Slack. There is a, I mean, these are like self-explanatory, and this is what I love about this tool. I don't have to tell you much in detail. You can select all the templates. If you don't want these templates and you want something else, like, you know, want the mails to be delivered at a particular mail ID, you can create your own agent here. That's the best part. You just type in the simple language what you would want, and it will create. You make some tweaks, changes, it is good to go. We all talked about the deliverability. This is the best in terms of they have this manual testing, automated testing. The good thing about the product is it gives you 15 days of trial, but in most of our cases, I recommend people to kind of use that 15 days. And if you have not used an extension in the past, you can write to them by just simply writing here and sending a request that, hey, I would want another 15 days to kind of test it out. They are very gracious in terms of they would extend the trial for 15 more days, and for a month you can use this free of cost on to 2,000 contacts. I think that should be enough of fodder to get around. So you guys should certainly test that out. These are like automatic testing, manual test. These would need a little of your time. So if you're starting fresh and you just want basic automation done, please do not go into these right now, because they will eat up your entire day and you would end up not doing anything other than, like, you know, spending time here. I want you guys to be productive. I want you guys to start quickly. So sign up, find your, create your campaigns, as everyone mentioned, onto different platform, and just get going onto Smartlead. That's it. Deals, again, you can categorize all the deals into different folders, and these are like for agencies like us, wherein if we have different clients working, so we have their agency portal wherein we can add more clients. Anything else, guys? You have any questions onto this one? You can reach me out on my mail ID. And Shahzad, if I have like a couple of minutes left, can we go back to what we were doing earlier?
No, we are running. We have only 4 minutes left, so I'll just wrap up the session, and probably I'll introduce all the guests who had joined. Their LinkedIn ID. But before that, let's have the parampara maintained. Please switch on your camera. Let me just click a quick photo for our LinkedIn post. Yeah, switch on. अभी तक तो सभी उड़ गए होंगे यार. 10 a.m. I can understand half of you might be falling apart from your bed. By now, all of you would have woken up. Come on. I'll count till 5 and then I'll take a screenshot. Switch on your cameras. I'm just clicking a screenshot. Smile in 3, 2, 1. Smile. 1 second. Perfect. I'll quickly introduce you all the guests so that you can go and bother them on LinkedIn. So is my screen visible? Please give me a thumbs up. Perfect. So the first guest who showed Lemlist was Teja from Service Sparrow. Go connect with him, bombard him with all the questions so that he should tell me that Shahzad, I should do these sessions more often. Next was Akhil from Raksham, the guy who spoke about GMass, a very dear friend of mine. Go bombard him and learn GMass. It's the most easiest among all the tools. Then was Suhani, who explained beautifully, the Klenty part of it. She's from Tezus. Connect with her and get all your doubts cleared on Klenty. Then we had Chinmay, who explained instantly. Connect with him, great guy. He was the first guest to come forward and say, "Hey, Shahzad, let's do it." I'll be more than happy to teach people instantly. So good energy there. Then we had Kutub, who had explained that I don't know. It sounds like a Russian name, Snov, I guess. Snov. Snow.io, click, and I think that is also very starter friendly. I guess you just click, make the workflow, and you execute it. Bombard him, very dear.
They were very famous
now
for email extraction on LinkedIn.
Yep. He was one of the guest speaker, I think, from the crowd when we did our second event in Bengaluru in April. Then we had Atul, always a supporter of IndoSales and a founder of Margin Sales here. He has been doing this probably most of us when we were in school. I don't want to tell that Atul is old, but I'm just saying he's a very senior person. So reach out to him for learning smart leads. Probably that is actually a very advanced tool if you want to run a very high velocity game for, let's say, lakhs of leads if you want to reach out to. So reach out to him for smart leads. This is IndoSales. Like, subscribe, share, comment. जो भी डालते रहता हूँ, please उसे engage करते रहा करो so that more people can get benefited out of this. This is your brother Shahzad Khan, founder of IndoSales, and guess what? I align all these things. Probably there were 90 people. There were unique 113 people and total 90 people who stayed for majority of it. Each tool, if you would have taken, somewhere, connect with me, learn with me something, it would have costed you easily 5,000 rupees just to have this kind of a walkthrough. So if I have to put it in a nutshell, somewhere around 27 lakh rupees of worth of session this was actually. It sounds like that ki bhai kya bol raha, but it is like that. Glad that we have built such a great community where people are ready to come and teach for free. Again, you will not master these tools just like that, just because you have watched that 20 minutes of walkthrough. But now you know ki it is not some rocket science for which you will have to pay 30,000-40,000 rupees, 80,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees to learn. So that's the whole idea with which even I run IndoSales, that you learn from each other within the community, from people who are doing it on a daily basis. Probably next Saturday, I'll try to come up with try every tool for 2 weeks. Yes, definitely do that. Next week, I'll try to come up with dialers like Nooks or the Jojo hai, because I see a lot of queries because I'm part of all the 8 groups. So I see same repetitive queries getting coming up, which is the best tool, how to start email automation, how to start call automation, etc. probably this video will go on YouTube, and then I'll be just forwarding them. Ye dekh lo, and you can get started. Yeah. So we'll take up 3 questions, guys. Please raise your hand, and you can ask the question and for which guest it is. And please make sure that they do not have to share the screen again. We will wrap it up in next 5 minutes. So anybody who has any questions, please raise your hand. Yeah, we'll go with you, Jubaraj. Your question and for which guest?
Yeah, hi, sir. Thanks to everyone for this wonderful session. Mine is actually directed to anyone because there's a certain tool, Clay. I'm not sure if anybody's used it. I wanted to understand more if Clay brings in all the tools that you have used. Can it enrich and bring together all the